Hey everybody, it's Greg from parkjourney.com. We have a new video update for you today. Our first Disneyland update since Magic Key happened. Went out to the park the other day to activate my Magic Key. Really excited to start bringing Disneyland updates to you as part of our coverage of Southern California theme parks. We didn't really get a chance to add this to our repertoire after we got our passes in December of 2019, obviously. So we were pretty eager to add the Magic Key to our passes the first day they were available. And as I said, I went to the park for a couple hours on Saturday over Labor Day weekend to check out some updates on what's going on. You can hear my co-host back there wanting to get into the closet. Anyway. Anyway, I went to the park for a few hours on Saturday. I wanted to see how busy the park was since it was quote-unquote sold out for the daily tickets and for the Magic Keys. Also to check out some HalloweenTime stuff. And of course the Halloween merchandise that they have at both parks and the decorations that they have as well. Before I get into the video, make sure you click below to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate it. So after parking in the Mickey and Friends, you can see they are still not running the trams. You have to walk still, which is fine with me. Gives a little bit of walking on my Apple Watch. Some pics of the decorations at the entrance and of course the Mickey pumpkin. So this was walking down Main Street at about 10:30 on Saturday, so not too bad, but crowds were definitely higher than we saw them during our visit in June and in July. But ride wait times were not actually too bad. Nothing I saw that was more than 45 minutes or so, other than Radiator Springs Racers over at California Adventure. It was nice to see the horse-drawn carriage back out as well. I wasn't planning on doing too many attractions during my visit. I was just here for a quick update. I had been down in San Diego and just making my way home. The one attraction I did want to ride during my visit was Indiana Jones Adventure, but they were not doing single rider while I was there for some reason, even though everything else that had single rider was doing it, so oh well. That's the joy of having a Magic Key. I can go back and do it. They are doing some work on Tarzan's Treehouse on the part that takes up the middle of the walkway here. It's all under canopies. Not quite sure what they're doing here. Haunted Mansion Holiday did open on last Friday. I did not take a ride on Haunted Mansion Holiday. I'm going to wait till I go with my wife on, I think the 17th we're going that Friday. So we'll definitely be riding it that day. And then some of the Halloween merchandise in Pooh Corner and some of the snacks that they have available. This hadn't been open the two times we had visited previously this year, so I wanted to come in and get some pics of the treats. You can see here some really good looking apples and things like that. Those green apples are pretty awesome, and Jack Skellington apples. And a $13 cookie. They're also doing some work on Fowler's Harbor. It looks like they're expanding the food offerings in this spot and also doing some more seating in the area. I did look the other day and I tweeted out that Pelican's Landing is kind of a fishing village outside of New Orleans, so this definitely fits. And just wondering if this is a precursor to expanding that New Orleans theme out to Splash Mountain once the Princess and the Frog comes. I did do single rider on Matterhorn, and I actually had quite an enjoyable ride on Matterhorn, to be honest with you. I was expecting the worst, but I actually enjoyed my ride on it. Moving over to ToonTown, obviously this is the area inside Disneyland that has the most amount of construction going on. They basically just got a little walkway entering and leaving ToonTown at this point here. They've got the wall. I don't know if they're doing some work on maybe some plumbing or the pathway work. And then, of course, we've got construction for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So you can see they've actually started tearing down some of the buildings back here on the other side of the wall. So I'm wondering if this is where the entrance of the ride is going to be. And then obviously they'll be covering that building with some kind of facade, some kind of ToonTown facade. Unless they're just going to leave a big sign there that says, you know, look at our invisible building, which I don't think they're going to actually do. Hopefully some of these other buildings in this area will get some refreshing as well as a part of the preparations for that attraction. Some of these are kind of faded since there's not a whole lot of shade here in ToonTown. So hopefully they'll be getting some refreshing. And then of course our favorite sign, the invisible building. Very clever, very funny, very ToonTown. And then back at the front of the park, look in the Emporium at all of the Halloween merchandise. So we've got our spirit jerseys and our pumpkins and our bags, ears and candles and hats. As somebody who always wears hats to theme parks, I wish that they would do more fitted hats, to be honest with you. I love fitted hats. Trucker hats don't do us bald guys any good. The Happy Halloween shirt for this year, not my thing, but I saw a lot of people wearing them. Lots of display merchandise here, candy dish or whatever you want to do, maybe a candle in there. Kind of cool. In the back it says trick or treat. Some good hoodies and shirts, coffee mugs, which we definitely don't need more of in this house. Candles, more hoodies. Of course, you have to have your Loungefly bag. The other side of the spirit jersey here. Light up ears, Crocs for some reason. Oogie Boogies, hoodies, and hats. Again, wish they would be fitted. They had a lot of Hocus Pocus merchandise. I'm gonna be honest, I've still never seen this movie. And every year I think I should watch it, and then I just end up not watching it. Because at this point, how could it ever live up to the hype of what everybody's hyped it up to be? But you can see here a lot of Hocus Pocus merchandise, glasses and hoodies and things like that. And I assume this Loungefly bag is Hocus Pocus. The cat, I'm assuming that's Hocus Pocus. But again, I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure. Oh My Gourd shirt. Seems like a grandma shirt to me. Some more shirts and merchandise here. I think that's the front of the spirit jersey. And then we've got some soft Mickey plushes type thing, maybe a pillow. Candy and pretzels and all kinds of stuff. So as you can see, a lot of merchandise here for Halloween. You also had some Coco merch and bags. They also had the wolf from Nightmare Before Christmas. I thought this was really cool, the plush. And Winks from Cruella. I thought this was actually really cute as well. One more look at the pumpkin in front of Disneyland before we head over to California Adventure. So moving over to DCA, I headed over here right about 1 as soon as I could park hop. This was the first time I'd actually park hopped since February of 2020, so it was kind of interesting. Our last few visits, we've only done 1 park per day, so it was nice to kind of hop over here. I love the decorations here at the front of the park, all of the bats and things like that. I think it's really cool. And really a nice change from what they've done over at Disneyland. It's nice that they haven't kind of just duplicated those colors and things like that. They've got their own color palette over here at DCA, which is kind of cool. As you can see, there's a lot of people heading out. I'm assuming they were all going to park hop over to Disneyland after the 1 o'clock time. Headless Horseman. I really wish that they would do a permanent Sleepy Hollow Headless Horseman attraction. Look at Carthay Circle. And then I figured I'd just walk over and go through Cars Land, do single rider on Radiator Springs Racers. And obviously the decorations in Cars Land are pretty amazing. But as you can see, the crowds were pretty moderate. Other than Guardians and Radiator Springs Racers, wait times weren't too bad. I did do single rider on California Screamin' a little bit later, and honestly, I should have just done the standby line because I think it would have been quicker. Sometimes single rider lines work for certain things. For other rides, they don't seem to work too much. I did also try to find the Mickey Mummy popcorn bucket that they had released. I could not find one. Apparently they sold out on Friday. So as we go into Cars Land here, you can see some of the awesome Cars themed decorations. I love that they just use car parts and things like that for the spiders and things like that. It's just it's really cool how they've done this. And as I said, we are going back to the park on the 17th, so we'll definitely be spending a little bit more time there, getting more Halloween stuff done. Trunk or treat, really cute sign there. Our cozy cone pumpkins, or jack-o'-lanterns, I should say. Flows. So obviously this all looks, way better in the evening, at night. So one of these days before Halloween ends, we will be coming to check out the Halloween stuff at night. Lightning McQueen in his Halloween costume. And then, like I said, I headed over and did a single rider on Radiator Springs. The wait time was, I think, like 70 minutes, and I think I waited maybe 20 minutes for single rider. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this update. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned because this coming up week, we will be at Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday for their opening night. Super excited for that. And then we'll be back at Horror Nights, I think, next Sunday night to use our frequent fear passes. We may be stopping by Fright Fest on Saturday opening night, a little later in the evening. Their media event is not until the 18th, so we will be there that night. And then obviously the week after that, we're looking forward to Not Scary Farm beginning on the 16th. We will be there on the 16th and 17th. And as I mentioned, we will be at Disneyland during the day on the 17th. Thanks again for watching. Take care, everybody.